Hey guys, Phoenix Spring Tarot here. So this is a subscriber's request, as you can see from the thumbnail, into Ariana Grande and her recent marriage to Dalton Gomez. So a subscriber's request, and I have to say off the bat, I really do not know anything about Ariana Grande. So all I have her birth date, I have his birth date as well. As a matter of fact, I so don't know anything about her. I was getting her confused with Selena Gomez. I think the most I know about Ariana Grande is that she went out with Big Sean. She got in a relationship with Pete Davidson. She licked donuts. And she was in Manchester for the Manchester bombing. You know, when that unfortunate incident when a bomber attended her concert and set off a bomb. Like, that's as far as I know about Ariana Grande. So for this reading, what the subscriber requested is that I look into her recent engagement and marriage. I think she was married a year to Dalton Gomez. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to tap into the current energies and I'll just see what the dynamic is between them. And I'll take it from there. I'm not sure which deck that I wanted to use, so I have these two. I'm going to start off with this one first, and then if this doesn't really resonate, I'll lead with this one, because for some reason I was directed into two decks. Okay, so, and the reason why I started off by saying I don't know much about her is if I'm saying things and I'm not really very clear, or I'm in the region of something and I can't give specifics, it's because I don't know. Okay, so please forgive me for that. All right. And also, if I state things which to you guys may appear obvious because you may be a super fan, again, my apologies. As I was saying before, I really don't know anything about her or this Dalton Gomez. Okay. So let's just tap into the current energy of Ariana Grande. So let's just give us the energy of Ariana Grande just to kick things off, just for us to anchor this reading, so to speak. Also, I'll be channeling messages as well. So sometimes when I'm shuffling the cards, I get channeled messages or I get images and scenes. Okay. So we have here, okay, so this is definitely a celebration. We have a Three of Cups and an Ace of Pentacles. So that tells me this is someone, I'm being told the phrase honeymoon period. It's like someone's still in the honeymoon period, someone's still celebrating, someone's still enjoying life, someone's enjoying the new start to their chapter, because that's what aces represent. Aces represent new beginnings, so to speak, right? And I'm particularly seeing this archway going on here, and this is reminding me of the Four of Wands. We have that same archway, and the Four of Wands always represents marriage. So that's that new start, that's that recent engagement, that's the new opportunity that's coming through for Ariana Grande. God, I'm still getting confused with Selena Gomez. Oh my gosh, sorry. Yeah, so that's the new start and that's the new beginning. Was this wedding around winter time by any chance? Because or how recent was it, like autumn going into winter? Because that would also explain the pentacles as well in terms of timing. All right, so there's still someone just being extremely happy, being on top of the world, just taking time to enjoy life is what I'm hearing. Okay, what else is going on in Ariana Grande's energy? What else is going on in Ariana Grande's energy? Also, could there be some new business prospect that she's looking, or business deal that Ariana Grande is looking to get into? Yeah, we have the Fool. That's what I mean about new. Like a new start, a new beginning. That's come through really strongly. I'm just being drawn to the zero that's going on here. Of course, that pentacle is shaped like a zero. We have the arch. It's just a whole new beginning and a new start and a fresh start that she's quite excited about and looking forward to. I have a feeling, I'm getting this image of someone just feeling really content and feeling really settled and really content in themselves as well. His energy is also coming through at this point in time. I'm picking up someone who, I was just saying his energy is coming through at this point in time when we get the Ace of Cups. So those guys, you guys to know your tarot, when we get an Ace of Cups like this, that talks about new love and a fresh beginning in new love, or another plateau in love. And that's particularly what I'm getting for him. It could be that they may want children very soon as well. I'm also, okay, I'm picking up a number of things here. Okay, I'm in, guys, I'm in. So when we get, I was just saying, I was thinking about him, and then we got the Ace of Cups. So anyone who knows of Ace of Cups, cups, especially water, represents emotion, intuition, and it represents a bond. Right, so that many times when we have the Ace of Cups coming through, it's usually talking about new relationships, new love, a soulmate, a life partner. So that's the type of bond that's going on here. But it could also represent as well taking your relationship to the next level. So seeing that they recently got married, that's what this Ace of Cups represents here. Now, interestingly enough, that Ace of Cups is coming up next to the Six of Cups, which lets me, if it's interesting, oh my gosh, we have the Ten of Cups under the deck. Okay, so this tells me, I'm picking up a lot here, it's almost telling me as if they were on each other's life path. All right, if that makes any sense, like they were meant to encounter each other. And it's, I believe that Ariana Grande has her midheaven in Scorpio, and I believe he has his north node in his north node is in Scorpio as well. So Ariana's midheaven is in Scorpio. That is what she's meant to do, etc. And his north node is in Scorpio as well, which I thought when I was looking into their natal charts, I thought that was quite interesting. But there is something of a life path or a soulmate, or I hate using the term soulmate and life partner because they're so misinterpreted. But what I'm saying is that they were meant to come together. They were meant to be. This union was meant to be. With this Six of Cups I'm picking up, it's almost as if their souls have met in previous lifetimes before. Hence, this connection between them is very deep. We have the Ten of Cups here as well, just underneath the deck. And the Ten of Cups talks about, look, we have this couple, we have children. It's talking about a blissful union. Everything that they could want to have in a union and more, that is what's coming through for them. Okay, let's see what else we could pick up. I'm surprised that he was coming through so early. I believe this Dalton Gomez is his name. He has a Leo sun and a Capricorn moon. And interestingly enough, Ariana Grande, right? Yeah, her rising sign is in Capricorn, which I find is really quite interesting as well. Okay, he has a gift of a gab. He's very good with his words. He's a behind the scenes person, but he's very good with his words. Like, he could talk himself into any situation, into any position. I'm not surprised he's a real estate agent. People find him very easy to get on with. He has a charisma, he has a shine to him, he has that gift of the gab. He's almost like, I don't know if some of you guys are familiar with Del Boy. In the UK, like from Only Fools and Horses, he has a way to sell things and a way of words with people. He has a very good use of words and making people at ease. He's also a very good networker as well, as something that's coming through, and he takes the charge when it comes to that. He may seem a bit subtle and understated, but in terms of his life and his circles, he's definitely one to take charge. He has that charisma, he has that drive, he has that ambition, I'm being told, to take charge. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. I'm not surprised to see this. I'm not surprised to see a Page of Pentacles here. This is just exactly what I was channeling. He's very ambitious guy. He's very driven in terms of he's a person who creates new opportunities for themselves. They're very disciplined, they're very driven, they're very good at paying attention to detail, they're very good at creating opportunities for themselves, and he's coming up as that. Okay, what else in terms of the energy between them? What else could you let us know? What else? What else? Yeah, very intellectual. He's very charismatic. He has a way with his words. In fact, that is his appeal, actually. You know, his appeal isn't, I'm being told something about him and his height. I'm not sure about his height and why that's come through, but it's almost as if for some, it's almost as if him having that charisma and that way with words, he's very good with reading people and reading the room. And I'm being told, I'm being shown a Rolodex, like in terms of his contacts and so on. He's packing that punch equally with her, Ariana, as well, because he also knows people, is what I'm being told. Okay, what else? And they also being channeling as I'm shuffling that he had a very unconventional upbringing. There's something about his upbringing, or there's something about his father. He had a very unconventional upbringing that spurred him on to be quite ambitious, is what I'm channeling here. Queen of Wands. Yep, so this is what I was talking about. Remember, I just said ambitious, and look, we have this Queen of Wands card that's come through. So Wands is fire energy, and as we know, he's a Leo. He has, Wands always talks about not being afraid to be assertive, not being afraid to go off to what someone wants. He's an open book. You know who he almost reminds me of? He reminds me of Paris Hilton's new husband. I can't remember Braun. I can't remember his name, but it's almost as if he reminds me of Paris Hilton's husband in that he is someone, in terms of the relationship dynamic with Ariana Grande, he knows his place. He prefers to stay in the background. He has his own business. He has his own business, his own drive, his own ambitions that sits separate from Ariana Grande. He doesn't need her for anything. He doesn't need her star appeal. He doesn't need her help in any of that. He is about, and the reason why I say that is that, well, no, I'm just intuitively picking that up. Like, he doesn't need her for anything. He's very secure in himself, right? And he knows exactly where he's going. In fact, he takes on the boss role in that relationship, in the relationship with Ariana Grande. He's quiet. He has a quiet confidence and drive about him. And I'm being told in my ear that she finds that very intriguing. I want to look more, if it's all right, spirit guides, I want to look more into this life partner, into this soulmate thing that I'm picking up here. I'm seeing, yeah, let's look more into that. I'm being told something about children, but I want to look more into this life mate soul energy that I'm coming through. Okay, Ten of Swords. This almost wanted to come through reverse in terms of looking into the future and where they're going. Okay, could you clarify this Ten of Swords and this Three of Wands, please? Let's give a clarifier to this Ten of Swords. I think I know what this Ten of Swords is, but I want to just get a further clarifier. This relationship happened very thick and fast. It came, okay, thank you. This relationship, yeah, there we go. Scorpio, did I mention, I hope I'm not experiencing deja vu. Did I mention this death card to the, okay, I'm getting quite excited here, sorry. Let me calm down so that I could get my words out. Okay, where should I start? Oh, this is so exciting. Okay, so remember I was talking about life partners, soulmate. They were meant to be in each other's timeline. They were meant to meet in this life, right? They have met before. The both of them have met before. We have the Ace, we have the Six of Cups. They've met before, fine. He was meant to come into her life at a particular point in time when she was particularly ready. Okay, I am picking up this Ten of Swords and this Five of Cups. It's almost as if, like, with the both of them in their respective lives had reached a point of they were just done with things. They were just done with their old way of being. Whether they were aware of it or not, both of them, but I'm being drawn to more Ariana in this case, but both of them were more ready for, no, I'm being told, I'm being clarified, this is Ariana. It's as if she was ready for that change. She was ready to move on. She's gone through behind the scenes a lot of betrayal and a lot of heartache and a lot of, she really trusts people, especially in relationships. She loves very hard and she trusts people a lot, but she's also been very disappointed in love as well. I am being drawn to what's his name, Dalton here as the Queen of Wands. Um, it's as if he has known about Ariana for a while, or he has had his eye on her for a while before they were introduced. He knew of her, or they would have met each other's, or they had friends in common, or he knew of her and had an eye on her and liked her and found her intriguing. I would also say at this point that the Ariana Grande that we see, you know, like in the music videos and, you know, in interviews and so on, that Ariana and the Ariana she is behind the scenes in her real life are two very different people. They're completely different. That's another thing that I'm picking up here, that people will be shocked. They're completely different people. It's as if he, this Dalton, knew the real Ariana, or they had friends in common and knew of a lot of stories and scandals and so on that were happening behind the scenes in terms of her, and knew the heartache that she was going through. Right? The reason, and then we have this death card. Now, the significance of this death card, and why I got really excited about this, is because death, the ruling planet for this death card is Scorpio. This is Scorpionic energy. And as I was saying, Ariana's midheaven is in Scorpio, and his north node is in Scorpio as well. So it seems to be that when Ariana had reached that point of her one side of Ariana Grande's dying away, you know, this side of being betrayed by people, trusting people too easily. She has a lot of that, especially with amongst friends, loves and relationships. She has a tendency to trust people too easily, to be disappointed in people as well. And she had reached that point where there was some lesson or some transition out of this pain that Ariana Grande was making. And it was at that point that he stepped in, because we see a lot of action and we see a lot of movement. So there's some self-healing or some change or some movement or some transition from one phase to another that happened in Ariana Grande's life, and he was at that point to come in at, like, it's like the universe coming together to bring him into her world at the right time. I'm being told as well that if Ariana, hadn't gone through a lot of this heartache and heartbreak and disappointment from other people and betrayal by other people, and hadn't begun to make that transition, she wouldn't have met him. She needed to be in that place of making that transition in herself. And look, we have the Eight of Wands, making transitions and planning for the future. She had to really get herself in that place where the old her died, to allow his energy to come in. And this is something that, you know, many times I do readings and people are always saying, oh, do a relationship for me. When's my next relationship? When's my next this? What type of guy is coming in? And I always have people doing readings like that, asking me to do readings like that. And my question to them generally is, okay, so what do you want? Who are you? Are you actually ready? What are you giving or contributing to the relationship? You want the bells and whistles and whatever, but what are you giving? What are you contributing? How are you putting yourself in a position where you are open to receive this new relationship that you want to come in? And this is exactly the classic example of Ariana Grande doing it here, where she went through a lot of heartache, betrayal, disappointment. She decided to end an aspect of her life, and she was putting in place ways to transition to like taking actual physical, mental, spiritual, physical, material steps to transition to a new way of doing things. And that's when she met this Dalton. Oh, under the deck, did I mention before that they are going to have children? I could see babies, at least for Ariana Grande, in the next 2 years. That's come through here as well. Okay, what else is coming through for them? You know, this is a random thing. Does she have tattoo? No, she has tattoos. I saw a tattoo on her hand or arm. This is such a random intuition thought I'm picking up. Like when it came to her tattoos, apparently her management did not want her to get tattoos or to get as many tattoos as she has. The management did not want her to get that because they were afraid as to how it would impact her look and her appeal. They didn't want her to get the tattoos. They wanted her to be clean cut. The Ariana, this is why I never, in fact, it's really interesting. I never followed Ariana Grande. I was never into the music or whatever. The reason why I never was is because I felt that the image she was putting out to people and the person she was behind the scenes didn't quite match up. But I'm being told as I'm tuning into her energy, the reason being is that the image she's putting on is like she's a marketing machine. Like she has to put out that image that is her brand, that is what she's known for. For her, it's just business. You know, that image and everything that you see, for her, it's her creative outlet. She views herself like a creative muse, like a marketing machine, like a brand. And she's very good at being the puppet behind the scenes, creating that brand. I'm also being told something about her Neptune and her being a Neptune rising as well. So she's very good at, in terms of her brand, it's almost like putty, it's like plasticine to her. Like she loves, like her molding her image and all of that is part of her creativity. I'm also being told intuitively again that another thing that drew her to this Dalton is I love it. There's something that drew her to him. It's his strength. It's his strength of character. And this is Leo energy as well. Leo is a ruling planet for the strength card. Could you guys see this? He is the one she would want to have children with. She is entertaining that idea of children. Yep, she's entertaining that idea of children with him. This is him. He is a Leo. He is a Leo. I noticed the infinity symbol over this strength card's head. That's what I'm saying, that they were meant. That is that figure 8, that infinity symbol. They've met each other in past lives before. This is what I've said. They've met each other in past lives before. They are going to move quite fast in this relationship. Yep, they're going to move quite fast together in terms of solidifying each other. From a business perspective as well, she's going to come out with new stuff and new work. They may even behind the scenes be looking into branching out into each other's business ventures. I feel that she would be the one to start that conversation in terms of them getting involved in each other's business ventures and branching out into each other's lives. I'm also being told that the reason why she likes him as well is him having his own business, him being that charismatic. He takes the lead in their private life. If I hadn't said that before, I'm being told that message again. He takes the lead. And that enables her to take the back seat, and she loves that. So she's the star for everyone else in terms of her brand, in terms of her career. She has that, but behind the scenes, he is that confident one who takes the lead. And he's very smart, he's very clever, he has a way with words and explaining things, which is very attractive to her because she has her moon in Libra. She is a Libra moon. So Libras, that's air energy. So they tend to get quite caught up in their heads and their thoughts. And I'm not surprised at that actually, because she has her Jupiter in Libra as well. So the way she expresses herself through her words, through her music, through her creative outlet, she expresses her emotions. That's why she's Ariana Grande. That's why she, has such an appeal. But he also complements that because he has a way with words himself as well. Now, I mentioned earlier, and I'm going to end with this. I mentioned earlier as well with this because this 9 of Wands has come through. I mentioned earlier that there is something with his upbringing that I was picking up on. And that's something with his upbringing. I feel he's able to relate to Ariana Grande and the betrayal and disappointment and the heartache she's experienced from other people, because he has gone through the same thing as well. I feel he's gone through the same thing through either through interactions with family, and he himself to an extent also with this Nine of Wands also can have his guard up when it comes to other people as well. I'm also seeing that's also come through. What else about him and his growing up? There's all of that. Yeah, this is, I said that something about him growing up and his family. There was some, either the way he was raised, the ideals he was raised with, or whether there was a father figure or some authority figure. It could be a mother being an authority figure in the family as well. There is something about the way he was raised and the ideals that he was raised with that he either didn't agree with, or the way he was raised and something he didn't agree with has spurred him on to be the person he is, and that is the person that Ariana Grande is attracted to. It's almost as if there's a bit of trauma bonding going on here between them, I have to say. Not trauma bonding in a bad way, but there's an element of that. I don't want this to be too long. I'm on 26 minutes right now. So what other messages? Is there any other final message to pick up with these two? Yeah, but these two, they would be happy for quite a while, I would say. They would be happy and a success and so on as a couple for quite a while. Now, when I use the term soulmate energy with these two, many times when we hear soulmate energy, we think, oh yeah, we're meant to be together forever and ever and ever. And soulmate soulmate life partner, twin flame, doesn't necessarily mean that. It could mean that what it means to me in my interpretation as a reader, what it means, and a channeler, what it means is that two people have agreed to find each other in this life. Two people have agreed to come together in order to travel a life path together and experience life and learn life lessons together. Like they were meant to find each other. They were drawn to each other. Many times those life lessons you learn together could be life lessons, could be a good experience. It could be a bad experience. It could be an experience that has its ups and downs, okay? So many times people, particularly other readers, have a tendency of romanticizing what life partner and soulmate means. And yeah, I just wanted to break that to you and clear that definition, so that oh my God, the Nine of Wands is turned up again. Nine of Wands turned up again. And notice with the Leo, with the line in the background, that's what I was saying, guys. There is something about him where he also has his guard up. This way of him being that charisma, that gift of the gab, that way of drawing people in, he has had to craft that image or craft that way of being, or that way of being has come out of some heartache or traumatic experience that he himself has had. All right, we have that. Yep, and there we go with the Six of Pentacles. So it's taken a while for him through various life experiences with this Six of Pentacles to become that. He is a charismatic, gift of the gab person. He is successful in his own right. Okay, he doesn't need her success. He has gone through his own stuff. Okay, I want to see what else future-wise we could expect from the both of them. What else future-wise could we expect from? Oh, look at that, the Strength card. We have the Strength card once again. Notice Leo. Yep. This is her twin flame life partner, soulmate. This is like but she had to be in that right place. Prince of Cups, and it was unexpected for her. Or they may, okay, because, I'm all over the place. Sorry, I have so many messages coming through, guys. But him coming into her life and them falling for each other the way they did. And I'm being told moving as fast as they have. I'm just seeing the serpent here. Them moving as fast as they have was a surprise, particularly to a lot of people around them. I think some people with this Prince of Cups have been saying that they've moved too fast, actually. They've had a lot of people saying that around them, whether they're moving too fast or not. Okay, what could we expect from them in the future? What could we expect from Ariana Grande and Dalton moving forward? What could we expect from them in the future? They are very definitely, with this moon card, they will continue to keep a lot of their lives under wraps. They will continue to do so. They will definitely continue to do so. I'm picking up a Neptune vibe with this Pisces symbol here. With that Neptune vibe, they have a lot of dreams and aspirations for each other in terms of starting a family, in terms of being with each other. They are just in that dreamy honeymoon phase, I'm also being told right now, but kids have been discussed. Okay, so family for them is really important. Yeah, so with the Hermit, this is what I was talking about. They're going to keep to themselves a lot. They're going to keep a lot of things under wraps and just between them. And many times we would always be the one on the back foot finding stuff out. But also with this Hermit energy as well, the Hermit generally talks about learning life lessons, going through the dark night of your dark night of the soul, life purpose energy, and focusing on life purpose. And this Hermit and this moon has come through to confirm that in terms of this part of their lives, they are meant, they had an agreement, they had a soul contract before they came on this earth to experience this life, this section of their lives with each other. Okay, even though he is quiet and no one knows a lot about him, don't discount this Dalton guy. He is turning up. He has turned up throughout these cards as a lion. I've used 2 different decks, and in each deck he's turned up as a lion. He could hold his own against the powerhouse of Ariana Grande. When I say a powerhouse, I'm referring to her as a superstar. He could hold his own against her. Okay, what else is coming through? Their relationship is going to have a lot of peaks and troughs. A lot of peaks and troughs. Their relationship is going to have a lot of that. A lot of understanding, give and take. She is going to feel insecure in some elements of it. As he tries to be, as he gets into his lion vibe of taking the lead and being that macho sort of guy, there's going to be peaks and troughs and pulls and tugs in their relationship that they will really, but they are committed to working through that. All right, they are committed to working through it. Ace of Pentacles again. As I said before, I won't be surprised if coming up, because we're talking about the future, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a child coming up there, that they're planning for children, that they will be merging business ventures or have some business venture that they look to merge. Yeah, the Star. This is what I was saying, guys. I'm going to end on this. The Star. This is saying that their stars are aligned. This is spiritually ordained. They are soul and they are soulmate life partners, twin flames. They definitely are. And they have made an agreement. They have made a soul contract to come in and be with each other. There is some learning that they are meant to do with each other. There is some healing there's some healing with this Five of Cups. There is some healing in terms of some emotional and spiritual healing that they have agreed to come together with each other to do. Okay, what else is coming up in the future? Any specifics? So we know children, we know business ventures together. We know that they will continue being private. We know that, this is what I mean, they'll continue being private. So whoever wants to spread rumors about them and so on, they would be, or if people want to know things about them, they will constantly be batting people away, batting people off, like no, like they're going to keep to themselves and keep very private. We will always be hearing things would be an announcement, and we'd be like, what? We would always be shocked by announcements coming out of their relationships. Even if they put anything on social media, I'm picking up it's going to be like very few and far between. It's going to be little snippets here, little snippets there. You know, they're going to really try and keep things on the down low and keep things private. And to round off, this is the both of them, kings. So this is king. We have a king of wands and a queen of wands. So this is talking about fire, compassion, love, a huge amount of compatibility with each other. Is coming through here as well. And it's coming through that they could be with each other for quite a long time. Like this is one relationship that I'm seeing at this point in time that could go the distance. This, yeah, this is something that can definitely go the distance. I'm being shown here. How long the distance is, that depends. In terms of how many years, that depends. But this is a relationship and a togetherness that can go the distance. Yeah, we have the death card that's come up again, and we have justice. So I couldn't have put this better myself. This is something, and we have the Prince or Prince of Pentacles that's come through again, and we have the death card. So it's like they are transitioning, and they have agreed to come together at this point to transition and evolve together. Now, this could also be that there may be some passing away that can be impacting them behind the scenes, you know, with the whole COVID, or a family member that's not well or something like that. But with this Justice card here, and notice we have the scales. This is the Libra scales. This is definitely Ariana Grande's energy coming through very strongly here. This is Libra Venus energy. This is something like for Ariana Grande, this is it for her. This is it. This is it. This is what she's been after. This is the relationship that she wants. If this goes awry, and I'm not wishing this on anyone because these cards look very good, but if this goes awry, it would not be because of her, that's for sure, because she is 100% in and 100%, yeah, she is 100% in, she's 100% invested in this. What I'm being told is that she has to make sure she doesn't let her insecurity get the best of her. That's the thing, she has to make sure she doesn't let her insecurity get the best of her. Okay, so I'm not picking up on anything else. Yep, you know what I was saying about not letting her insecurity get the best of her? This is it. We have the Nine of Swords. If there's anyone who could mess this up, it could be her. Like, she could go overboard. She could be very emotionally needy is what I'm picking up here. But through this relationship, she is going to mature a lot. And she's going to learn to really trust herself and trust her intuition, particularly when it comes to people. But this is something in terms of them coming together. This is a life purpose. She, at least on her side, she really needs to heal. She needs to heal that insecurity that's within her, that insecurity of herself, that insecurity of being able to decipher who to trust and who not to trust. She has to trust her instincts more when it comes to that. But he has healings to do of his own, himself. He has healings, something from his childhood, something from the way he was raised. He has that healing to do. But they were definitely, yeah, look at that. That's what I'm saying with the, I cut the deck, we have the Eight of Swords, and both of them in that Eight of Swords. And notice their backs are turned. So this is going to be a relationship of a lot of peaks, a lot of troughs, a lot of them working through their mental anxiety, mental and emotional issues. This is what I'm seeing here. And they have to ensure that they don't get too caught up in a rut over this. This is someone's irrational fears and anxiety and so on getting the better of them, because the more you think like that, the more you attract to you. So they have to really ensure that, yeah, oh no, oh gosh. Okay, yeah, because I was going to wrap this up, but we have Five of Pentacles, Five of Wands. This relationship could be good moving forward, but if they allow their insecurities to get in the way, it could lead to a lot of heartache. But they were destined to come together. That's our Two of Cups finally. All right. I would say that this reading should be good in terms of what I've brought up. And I should have said this for the beginning. Sorry, I'll try and write it in the description. Usually when I do readings, they're usually good for up to 6 months. But doing a reading like this, I believe up to 2 years. Okay, so I think this reading is going to be good for between 6 months to 2 years. When it comes to timing can get very tricky. The farther you go from the present moment, the more tricky it gets, because we are divine beings, we have free will. So on our current life path, we may be making a course of decisions, but it could be that we have an existential shock and we may decide to go completely the opposite from a particular life path, right? So that is why I don't like to predict too far into the future. So I'm going to leave it there. So I hope this resonated. I hope this made sense. Is she coming out with some new album or something like that? Or some new project or something? Sorry, that's just a random message I got. But anyway, I'm sure these stars are always coming out with something. But yeah. Okay, I'm rambling. I'm going to leave it there. Guys, bye for now.